Since you're watching this video right now, I'm going to make a bit of an assumption about you. I'm going to assume that you, just like myself, are on the hunt for the ultimate truth. What is this ultimate truth? Well, the ultimate truth could be the absolute best way to attract women. It could be the absolute best way to invest your money, better than everything else. It could be the absolute best way to start your own company. It could be the absolute best way to lose weight, or it could be the absolute best way to build muscle. And it might be a number of those different journeys all at the same time. But odds are you're on a journey right now, and what you want is the absolute truth. Now, when you've been a coach for as long as I have, and I've been a dating coach for 12 years and a life coach for 6, you start to see a lot of patterns that emerge that would never emerge if you were just focused on yourself and your own journey. And what I've noticed is that the hunt for the ultimate truth leads to a huge amount of pain and suffering and sometimes self-destructive behaviors because people often don't understand what this journey is meant to look like. Now, when I discovered this for myself, it radically changed my outlook on life, my attitude towards discovering or finding the absolute best way to achieve the outcomes that I wanted in my own life. And even more importantly, it drastically reduced the amount of tension that I felt, the underlying tension that was there existing in my life that I'd wanted to eliminate for so long. So if you'd like to discover what this was for me and what this has been for so many of my clients, keep watching and we'll get stuck in. Now, the first thing I'll say is this. Obviously, no one's life is perfect. In fact, no part of your life is perfect. Parts of your life may be good enough, and parts of your life may not be good enough. But one thing unifies us all. What triggers our hunt, our desire to hunt for the ultimate truth, is pain. And pain arises, or the more pain arises, the further we are from our ultimate truth. So I like to think of it like if it is our truth, and here is this little dot here is where you are right now, your understanding of this arena. So it might be your understanding of weight loss, your understanding of how to be happier, how to be more confident, how to be more successful with women, how to be more successful with men. This point right here is where you're at right now, and that creates pain. And so what we do is we look for inspiration. We start to read books. We go to Anthony Robbins talks. We find some knowledgeable friends. We pay a coach to help us out. And what happens is all of a sudden that experience, it unlocks a new point. And that point is closer to the ultimate truth for you. And so you move along that point as you learn and you learn more about this new way of seeing the world, this new version of the truth for you. And you are elated because now you are closer to the truth than ever before. And a lot of us get truly excited because we believe that since we're closer now than ever before, if we keep staying on this mindset, if we keep thinking on these lines, if we stick with this particular coach, if we do just keep on with this particular way of doing things, we will get to our ultimate truth. What happens actually is that inspiration only takes you a little closer. And it takes you a little closer to the ultimate truth. And that feels good because we feel it in our gut, right? When you discover something, have a realization that brings you closer than ever before in your life, it feels, I mean, that's what keeps us on this journey, right? Every time we have a nugget of truth that hits us in our souls, it's exciting. Now, this first time that we first start to work on ourselves and we discover something that brings us closer to the ultimate truth than ever before, it's very easy to feel like you've discovered the ultimate path. This is the one true way to achieve what I want. Here's the problem. It takes you to a point that's closer than ever before. And from this point, you have three things that you can do. One, you stay at this point and you never get any closer because you never try hard enough to get closer to your ultimate truth. That's a rare one. The second thing that happens more often than I'd like to admit. Guys become fanatics, at least for a little while, about this new truth, this new version of their truth. And they become fanatics. And when you become a fanatic about a mindset, I don't care if it's weight loss or dating or anything else, when you become a fanatic, what happens is you keep going on that path and all of a sudden you're no longer getting closer to the ultimate truth, you're getting further away again because you start to become closed-minded and incredibly rigid. And that is never the path to discovering the truth, the ultimate solution to what you're trying to work on. And the third option that most guys reach eventually is they discover new inspiration. They are recommended a book. They're given a book. They see something in a movie that triggers something in their mind. They have a dream that gives them an epiphany. And all of a sudden, they course correct. They change a little bit. They turn a little bit askew. They turn a little bit of a left, not completely rethinking what they already know, but they have a new insight. And that insight takes them once again closer than ever before to their ultimate truth. And this feels really fantastic. And many guys at this point will think, oh, now I've discovered the ultimate truth. Now I'm there. Now I'm where I need to be. But the problem is that next step is only so much closer. And you sit there on that step, and again, you can get locked on that step, you can become a fanatic, or you sit and you wait, and suddenly you have a new inspiration. That new inspiration takes you another step closer to the ultimate truth. You're closer than ever before. You feel it in your gut. You have a new understanding of the world that makes everything clearer than ever before. But again, you're not at your ultimate truth. There's still some pain. You haven't really solved the problem completely. And what you're going to discover is that what I see a lot of men and women doing on this journey is that every time they take a new direction, they choose a new direction, they get closer than ever before. And what they're doing is they're forming a spiral. And this inward spiral is getting ever closer to the ultimate truth. But there's a catch. You'll never reach it. You'll never discover the ultimate truth about weight loss, about weight gain, about dating, about relationships, about self-esteem, about investing money. You'll never discover the ultimate truth. And that causes a lot of frustration for a lot of my clients, because what they expect is that I'm going to discover the ultimate truth and then everything will be perfect in that part of my life. It won't happen. You'll never have the ultimate truth. You are on a journey, and you are on a journey to get as close to the truth as possible. And that is going to come through steps, through a number of stages of epiphanies. And each one is going to take you that little bit closer. And each time you get closer, you can become a zealot and become really closed-minded. You can get locked down and decide this is good enough. I'm going to focus on other parts of my life. And by the way, I think that's a healthy thing to do once you get to a certain level of success in that area. Or you remain open-minded and wait for new inspiration that takes you ever closer again. And I think that this was the massive realization for me, was that I will never, ever, ever get to the ultimate truth. You won't either. And the other thing is, any teacher, myself, any other coach that you hire, I don't care how long they've been around, they're never going to be at the ultimate truth. They are simply hunters like yourself of the ultimate truth. And hopefully they've been on the journey longer than you and they haven't become zealots. Always be careful of zealots, but they haven't become zealots. They've remained open-minded and they've continued to evolve and learn. And that's why, I mean, I've had some guys sort of get mad at me because I don't lock down to one specific way of thinking and hold on to it for years on end. It's because I constantly remain open-minded to change, to evolve, to grow, to keep getting closer and closer to the ultimate truth. And that's why guys pay me, because I am closer than they are. But I'm not there. I'm just a hunter on that journey along with you. And I think once you realize that, once you understand you'll never get there, you can relax, because you can realize it's never going to be perfect. You can get to a place where things are good enough and you move on and focus on other parts of your life and just seek for the ultimate truth in those parts of your life, but you'll never get there. And that, for me, released a massive, massive amount of tension. Now, I'd like to know from you guys if you've had this similar experience before, if you've gotten locked down and become a zealot before or anything else like that. I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And the other thing I want to say is that, look, a video like this doesn't do well in YouTube searches because the title's not something that's catchy and all that other kind of stuff. If you love this video, the best way that you can thank me is that by telling a friend, send this video to a friend, forward it to them, let them see it, because I think this is it's an understanding about the world. If you have any friends who are locked down on self-improvement, you've probably seen that, yes, they're improving, but they're also feeling a lot of stress and tension. And having this understanding can help radically relieve a lot of that stress and tension for them. So forward that to anyone that you think could use it. As always, of course, if you like this video, quickly give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And of course, don't forget to check out some of my other videos off here to the side. If you like this one, I reckon there's a good chance you just might like those as well. As always, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in my future videos.